All right, got a project going on right now. I unfortunately didn't get to put the video camera up just until now. Actually, I just forgot. But what I'm doing right now is I have my dust collection system in my closet over here that I built around it. I always had this 6-inch trunk coming out right here with a couple of outlets on it. One was I dropped it down to a 4-inch to come over here for a separator that is on my joiner and my planer and my drum sander. So I've got a separator over here for it. I'll show you that in just a second. Now, that was a 4-inch, but I'm getting ready to replace all that with 6-inch. And over here, I'm going to keep it going down this wall where it will end up in my CNC. But right now, it's going to also tee off here for my miter saw, all 6-inch, so that way I get proper air movement with my dust collector. So at this time, I've taken all of it down except for the 4-inch that's right there by my CNC, which is what the 6-inch is going to end up into. And I'll show you where I'm going to mount everything and how everything's going to run. So hope you enjoy it. Okay, right there is my 6-inch line that's coming out. As you can see right there, I put a Y on it, which is going to come up and over and down, which everything's kind of a mess right now, but I got my drum sander right here, my joiner over there, and my planer sits right here. And as you can see, I've got a separator for the big chips that all three of them go into. And so the 6-inch is gonna drop down from the ceiling right up here. I'll show you the connections that I got for that. And then over here, it's gonna angle up and continue across. But right there, it's gonna drop down to my miter station and then continue on and connect over there where it's gonna hit my 4-inch for my CNC. As you can see, it's taking a lot of it down. And of course, a lot of it's filthy, but it works. So it's all going back with that right there. So I'll let you know how it's going. Okay, I kind of wanted to show you what I'm using as hangers. I looked all over the interwebs and there's a couple different hangers out there. I couldn't figure out exactly what I wanted to do or how I needed to hang it, because as you can tell, this is a metal building. It's foam insulated. It's a metal building with purlins, C-channel rather, running vertical with the building. So I was trying to figure out how to hang 6-inch pipe. 4-inch, you can get those brackets at Lowe's, Home Depot, wherever you do your shopping, you can get those. But the 6-inch was a little different. So before I retired, I worked at the fire department, and I knew a couple of the sprinkler system installers that do fire sprinkler systems. And so I called one of them up and asked him if I could buy some material from him so I could finish hanging this, and this is what I got, which is the hangers, as you can see on this. That's the hanger that goes on the C-channel. It's threaded on the inside right there for all thread. And then that way you can make all thread as long as you want. And then you wrap your hanger around it. Once you wrap your hanger around it, you stick your little eye hook through, or eye bolt through it like that, and it screws right onto the all thread and hangs. So pretty simple. I knew they knew what they were doing, because hanging sprinkler systems, this stuff is meant to hold sprinkler pipes. It's full of water, so it's not gonna have a problem holding my dust collection, especially the 6-inch dust collector. It's not gonna weigh that much. So I'm gonna put a couple of those brackets up, finish dry running everything, make sure everything is right before I tighten everything down and tape it all up. But I'll show you as I go how I'm doing everything. I'm also going to bring, I didn't show this just now, but I'm wiring off of the 6-inch coming over and doing a drop for my table saw, because what I had on my table saw before, let's see if we can see this. Over on this wall, right there by my planes, there was a drop, and of course it ran a piece of flexible duct over to my table saw, which worked fine, but since I got my CNC, I got my computer and everything right there, it came, as you can see it right there, it came all the way over here. So what I'm gonna do is tee it off right there, bring it across, and just drop it straight down. I'm also gonna put this floor sweep on it, which is nice, because I don't have a floor sweep anywhere in the system, so it'll have a floor sweep right there and then tee off into the table saw. So for right now, that's what it looks like, and I'll let you know how it's going when it's done. Thanks. All right, good morning. I worked pretty late in the night last night. I got everything set out. I've got all my trunk run, my branches run. I got one coming over to my separator from my planer, joiner, and drum sander. I've got one running over to my CNC, one running here that's got my taking care of my table saw, and it's also got a floor sweep on it. I'll show you that. Right now, this morning, what I'm going to do is start taping everything up, because when I got everything hooked up last night and turned it on, I could definitely hear some whistling. So there's some leaks in there. So I'm going to tape all that up, secure all that, and then we'll see how it goes from there. But right now, I'm pretty happy with it. Even turning it on last night, even with the whistling, I could tell on my dust collector it was a lot quieter, meaning it was moving a lot more air. It wasn't trying to force the air like it was previously. So let me take you around and show you kind of what I've done. But today, after I do all that, I've got a ton of cleaning up to do and rearranging just because of this project. So let me take you around and show you what I did. All right, I realized that I never really showed you where my dust collector is. It's in this closet right here. As you can see, it's a jet. Got it running on a soft hose going into the dust collection system, coming through. As you can see, get that ladder out of the way. Got it running over to my CNC there. This one I got running over and down, as you can see, going into my table saw, and I've got a floor sweep on it. And then this one's coming off. It's going up and over, coming down, and I got it running into my, basically a separator. What I did on that was, and this has been working for me, I realize it's not the best setup. A lot of people have different views on it, but it works for me, so I like it. The reason why I did this, I realized that I've got a cyclone in there, but the reason I've done this is so I have less cleaning on the cyclone. This really collects all the big chunks that the planer and the joiner throw out there, so it collects most of that. Doesn't affect the suction of it or anything like that. And I realized you're not supposed to have 9 degrees in there. Well, I do, so get over it. I will change those out eventually, but right now they seem to be working fine. So it all goes back to that. Once, probably every 3 weeks, I take that out, clean it out real good. So that is right now the way I have everything set up. I realize eventually, there's a few tweaks I'm gonna have to do, because it's like everything else. Once you set it up, you eventually find things are wrong with it. So I'll be changing some of those out, changing stuff out throughout usage of it. So right now, I'm gonna get to taping. I'll let you know how that goes, and I'll show you a finished product once I'm done. All right, so I finished taping everything up. As you can see, I tried to set the camera back a little ways where you can see the whole thing. Like I said, this is the trunk line coming out, running the whole distance. I got my miter saw, CNC, and running over here, table saw, got a sweep over here, got glass gates on everything. Come across here, getting my separator for my planer joiner and drum sander. And I was quite impressed with the fact that said this earlier, but I don't know if you can hear it or not. But compared to what it used to be, I think it was straining a lot, trying to get through that smaller hose, and now it seems to be breathing a little bit easier, so it's not quite as loud. I know you can't really tell because I didn't film before, but got everything taped up. There's no whistling, no noises. Everything works good, so I'm quite pleased with it. So if you have any questions, like I said, I understand the 90s. You're not supposed to put 90s in it, but it's what I had at the time, so that's what went in it. Eventually, I might do them with 45s, but it seems to be picking up just fine. My floor sweep is doing fine. It's actually sucking a lot more out of my table saw now. Air seems to be moving a lot more with it, so I'm quite pleased with it. Like I said, if you have any questions, let me know down in the comments. Thank you.